Good afternoon, all of you. So last explanation about the variables, variable definition and purpose of the variable and variables where it is storing the memory block, that points are completed. Next, I'm going to showing how to create the variables in JavaScript. These are the syntaxes, sir. How to declare a variable, not where to declare after a few minutes I'll explain. So how to define a variable in our JavaScript? We have three options for declaring of the variables. Three options are displaying on the screen. So please check once the screen. By using the var keyword, by using the let keyword, and by using the const keyword. Yellow colors are observed now. Let to var const. What is these three, sir? Three keywords. Keywords means already defined words. So what is the purpose of these three keywords, sir? To define the variables in JavaScript. But actually we have to use the integer, long, double, boolean, something, sir. This is JavaScript. Don't expect like that. So this is JavaScript, sir. Don't expect like that. The matter. The last 4 days onwards, I'm saying it's a different coding pattern. It just begins in front of Crocodiles Festival. Mundundi Mosalla Pandaga antaru. So what is the difference between the var and let and constant, sir? That we'll discuss slowly, sir, after some explanations. First, observe the syntax. Var followed by the name of the variable. Var, it's a keyword, and write your variable name, ABCD, IJK, XYZ, whatever it may be. And this is variable declaration syntax by using var keyword. And the second one is the variable initialization syntax in var keyword. Var followed by, as usual, the variable name equals to value. This is variable declaration and this is variable initialization in JavaScript. Next, same style, we have the second one also. See that let. Almost both syntaxes are matching, sir. Yes, syntaxes wise the matching, but one small difference available. Var is the old concept, let is the new concept. The version number also mentioned, see that one, sir. It's a new keyword of the JavaScript, 6th version. And var keyword available from the old versions of the JavaScript, means starting days it is available. What are the differences, sir? Lot of differences available between the var and the let. Possibility available at the today, sir. Otherwise, next session we'll get that explanations. Right now, I'm not explaining any differences. Reason, so how to declare the variable also no idea. Differences discussing not correct. First, we should get an awareness about the JavaScript variables. Then comparisons. Next, the third keyword, constant. Pronunciation constant, sir, but writing should be const only. If I write the complete spelling, sir, syntax error. So don't write the complete spelling, just write the CONST followed by variable name equals to value. That's all. The first two you given two syntaxes, sir, but third one only one syntax available. Const keyword declarations not supported. Const keyword declarations not supported. We must initialize the value. Var and let keyword, if you are interested, declare. More interested, initialize, no problem. These two both supporting, but this is initialization only supported. By mistake, if I miss the value here, sir, syntax error is comes. By chance, the value is missing, accidentally or incidentally, whatever it may be, you will get the syntax error. So const also, the new keywords are recent versions of JavaScript, they introduced this one. One old concept to two new concepts. Differences also we have to discuss, but we need some time to discuss. These are the only three ways, or these are the only three options to declare the variables in JavaScript. We don't have any other syntaxes, we don't have any data types, we don't have any something. If you are interested or not interested, throughout the JavaScript, variables should be declared one of this format. No other options. Not only variables, sir. In future arrays also you have to declare like this only. In future objects also you have to declare like this only. Normal variables are arrays are future objects, student object, employee object, button object, text box objects. Everything should be declared one of these three keywords. Next, when it comes to the syntax here, I'm writing variable name, variable name, variable name. Here I'm writing variable name. So can I use any variable name as sir? Your interest, sir. We have already some HTML, CSS knowledge, sir. ID attribute we use it, name attribute used. ID name cases, how we are writing the names. The same pattern follow here, no problem. But valid names. Guidelines available, sir. Just easy understandability. In HTML input to tags, ID we assign, name also we assign. So how we assign the names in that scenario, the same we have to follow here. Bottom we have some guidelines, check it, sir. How to set the names for variables by following one of these, by following these guidelines. These 5 guidelines compulsory to follow, sir. Mandatory. If I am not followed any of these guidelines, sir, your variable not accepted. That variable memory allocation not happens, and that is not declared or not created also. So what is the first guideline, sir? Variable name should be start with the alphabet. Either capital letter or small letter, sir. Your choice, no problem. Otherwise, at least underscore. Otherwise, at least a dollar symbol. The name of the variable should start with one of these three. The name of the variable should start with one of these three. So should start with either alphabet or underscore or dollar symbol. Compulsory. Example, sir. But my variable name is size. Okay. My variable name is underscore A. Okay. My variable name is $X. Okay. No problem. The 3 valid combinations. So first variable starting with alphabet. Second variable starting with underscore. Third variable starting with $. All these are valid declarations. All these are the valid declarations. The first point meaning. Second point, sir. Digits not allowed in variable name, sir. Actually, digits not allowed, sir, in first place. Other than first place, we can use anywhere. Except the first place, you can use anywhere the digits. Example, sir. Suppose 1A, it's a invalid. A1, sir, it's a valid. So 1A is invalid, but A1 is the valid. Red color is invalid, black color is valid, sir. After first character, we can use digits. At a first example, first place only I used the digits. Here, second place I used the digit. If I write something x123, sir, 100% valid. No problem. So second one, third one, both 100% valid. First one is the invalid. Second point meaning is that one, you should not start the variables with the digits, indirect meaning. You should not start the variable names with the digits. After starting part, anywhere we can use. Middle, ending, somewhere. Next, JavaScript case sensitive, sir. We know already that one. So here, capital variables, small variables are treated as a separate. But if I define one variable with a name of A, sir, another variable I defined with the name of A, sir. One capital, one small. What happens, sir? You will get the two memory blocks. Capital A separate memory block allocated, small A separate memory block allocated. Compulsory. Case sensitive instructional. But same thing in HTML, what happens, sir? You will get only one memory block only. Because HTML is not case sensitive programming. Capital letters, small letters, if you use anything, memory block is allocated only one only. In all case non-sensitive languages, that is treated as a same. All case non-sensitive languages, both are the same. But all case restriction languages, both are not same. So separate memory for the capital A and separate memory for the small a. This is the thing here. But what about the coding, sir? While writing of the calculations, you have to write like this: capital A plus plus and small a plus plus. Which way you want to use it, follow the same case. The next guideline is space is not allowed in the variable name. We can't use any space in variable name. In that sense, variable name must be single word. Well, generally, when you use the spaces, this becomes first word and this becomes as a second word. But without spaces, write like this always. So we can't use any spaces in our variable names. Is there any restriction in the length, sir? No, sir. Minimum one character, maximum your interest, 100 to 200 length also we can use. There is no limit in the variable name length. But restriction available, spaces not allowed. Suppose rate of item or cost of item. So this is my variable name, sir. Cost of item. Total 2 spaces I used. This is becomes as wrong. It is not acceptable. But the same type of variable I need what to do, sir? We can write like this: cost of item. Without giving the space, we can write like this common. A single word is accepted. There is no problem. Underscore, that is not mandatory. Space is not allowed. Other symbol using another, your choice. This is invalid and this is valid. If I write like this, sir, valid. But it's a very long name, sir. For hundreds of characters accepting, sir, no problem. The next one is special characters we can't use in the variable name. Special characters are special symbols we can't use in the variable name. Plus, comma, full stop, greater than, less than, question mark, star symbol, XR operator, equal operator, exclamation operators. These are not accepted. Almost we have 30 symbols in the keyboard, sir. We have 30 special characters in the keyboard. Out of the 30 special characters, JavaScript allows only 2, 28 not allowed. Which 2, sir? We already discussed in the first point. Underscore and dollar. Suppose I'm writing my variable name, sir. Suppose total hyphen marks. It is invalid. Total hyphen marks is invalid because special character used. Or you said that a special characters allowing, sir. 2 characters allows. Which 2 characters, sir? Underscore and dollar. Other than this, we can't use anything. So this is the wrong activity. Suppose if I use my variable name is A plus, sir. That is also wrong activity. My variable name is X star, sir. That is also wrong activities. And A underscore B, sir. It's a valid. This is valid only, no problem. Suppose a $1, sir, it is also valid. A $1 also valid because first character a dollar symbol exemption available and digit used, sir. Digits I can use after first place. The second point saying other. So these two valid and these all are invalid. Next and the last point, keywords we can't use as a variable name. But already I said let is the keyword, where is the keyword, constant is the keyword. In future, if, else, switch, for, while, do while, something, break, continue, default, these all are the keywords only, sir. These keywords better avoid to use as a variables. Reasons are you are getting confusions unnecessary. Not browser, not me. So first to 5 అయితే compulsory, sir. Last one my suggestion. It's not mandatory, my suggestion only. Reasons are actually JavaScript allows to use the keywords as a variable names. Maybe C, Java, .NET not allows, I think, but JavaScript allows we can use. Int we can use as a variable name. INT is there, na? It's a data type, your point of view. But that INT I can set as my variable name. If available, I can use the if as my variable name. But in programming, you will get the confusion. When you write the if, your variable name substituting a original if substituting a, sir. Unnecessary complications, sir. So my personal suggestion for my lovable students. So matter is that one. The first 5 I think no choices. It's mandatory to follow that one. So these are the guidelines while defining of the variable names you have to follow. And these are the syntaxes. Next, where we can define these variables, sir? Variables basically we can define in two places. Two places we can define the variables. One is in the open area. Second one is the inside the blocks. Inside the block. A block is nothing but an curly bracket. I'll show here, wait. So this is the open curly bracket and this is the closing curly bracket, sir. This is called as the block. Block, B-L-O-C-K, block, sir. So one of the place to define the variables is inside the block. Means here we can write your variable declarations. This is which block, sir? Sometimes it is a if block. Sometimes it is a for block. Sometimes it is a switch block. Sometimes it is a function block. Curly brackets common. A curly brackets before word is going to changing. See that top of the curly brackets, sir. We can write if. Sometimes top of the curly brackets, sir. We can write else. Sometimes top of the curly bracket for comes. Sometimes while. Sometimes do. Sometimes switch. And sometimes function name also comes. 2 days back we already used it. Function name, open curly bracket. So switch block, function block, for block, while block, do while block, something blocks. This is one location to define the variables. Second location, sir, our script tag. Script tag. The script tag begins and this is the script tag close. So inside the script block, you can define the variables. Here we can define the variables. So these are the two places to define the variables in JavaScript. One within the block and another one is the within the script tag. Is there any differences, sir? Yes, sir. If you define any variable inside the script, sir, these variables we can use up to end of the program. We can use up to end of the program. Not only in that script tag, sir. Throughout the program, anywhere we can use. Once if I come out of the script block, sir, still your variable alive. Script block completed, but still HTML program is running on. Yesterday we developed 2 script blocks separate areas. Remember? First script block, I define the variable. Can I use in the second script block, sir? 100%. Third script block also we can use. No problem. Up to the last line of your program, you can use these variables. This called as global scope. Global of this program. This called as global scope. It's a global variables. But what about these, sir? It's called as local variables, local scope. And these variables, we can use up to this curly bracket only, not end of the program. Once if it touches this curly bracket, sir, all these variables are destroyed. Once if you touch the closing curly bracket, that internal declared all variables are destroyed. So this is called as local. So we can define the variables in the local scope and we can define the variables in the global scope. Sometimes locals we are using, sir, sometimes global we are using. Only one model, aithe no chance. Both we have to use. So the possible locations and the possible options to define the variables. Local and global syntax is same. Let to var constant. Let to var and constant. So if you go for this first approach, you have to use the let or var or constant. Here also we have to use the let or var or constant only. So repeating the point once again, sir. If you define any variable is inside the block, those called as the local variables, those we can use within the curly brackets only. Next, if you define the variable in the open area or inside the script tag, that becomes as a global, and those variables we can use all over the program. Those variables we can use anywhere in the program. So this is the variables related theory part, sir. Now I'm showing the example on that one. Syntax is as easily I'm following, that's all. Nothing showing specially, just a syntax is as easily implementing. Var a semicolon. This is variable declaration. Which variables are global scope? But this a variable we can use up to this line. Up to this last HTML closing line is there. Na? From here to here, anywhere we can use. Again, var b equals to 100. This is called as variable initialization. The first one is called as variable declaration and second one is called as the variable initialization. But what is the value of b, sir? 100. What is the value of a, sir? Not given any value. So default value it substitutes. What is default value, sir? Undefined. An English word is displaying on the screen. What is meaning of undefined, sir? You are not given any value. No garbages, no zeros, no nulls, no something else. If any variable is not initialized, the default value browser is assigned undefined. What is the proof, sir? Write a small printing statement done already. So document to dot right followed by print your a variable. Don't use the double quotations, sir. Variables expressions we have to write always without double quotes. What happens if I write the double quotes, sir? Becomes as a text string. That's easily displaying on the page. So remove the quotations, then it substitutes the value of the variable. Go and check it once. That's the value undefined. It's not error, sir. Undefined means data not defined or data not given. So I'm showing as undefined. That is the browser's feeling. Again, it's not error. Next, can I print the B variable, sir? Yes, sir. B we have already given value, sir. So it prints the 100 as easily. B is printing the 100. First variable is undefined and the second variable is undefined 100. Both are displaying on the side by side only. Is there any reason, sir? Reason nothing else, sir. Which function we used? Right. So right printing always the data without line break. Side by side it will comes. If I want to get the line break operations here, one option right ln, right? Instead of right ln, better use your HTML talent. When HTML talent available, I use that one. BR tag. BR tag used for line break operation. Use. But this A and BR, two are the two different parts. Two different parts, a combination, we have to use the plus symbol. Remember, yesterday we discussed the plus symbol. Concatenation. Value of A variable and your HTML tab combining like this and printing like this. Single value. If plus symbol, I'm not interested, sir. I'm not Java student, sir. Very good. Comma option available. Again, take the double quotations BR and comma. Both meaning same as, sir. Do different patterns. Sir. Here, what will get the output? Here also same output only. Comma na plus your choice. Now see once the refreshed output. This is undefined and 100. So this is the first option to declare the variables in JavaScript. Second option, var keyword. Same steps repeating, sir. Let x, again variable declaration. Let y equals to 200, variable initialization. And for confirmation, I'm printing the both. Print y. Print x and print y. Once observe the screen carefully, sir. You can't identify difference between the var and let. You can't identify the difference between the var and let. But var is the old concept, let is the new concept. But on-screen difference not available, sir. On-screen not available difference. In background, we have a lot of differences. Output అయితే expected output, sir. Undefined 200. Undefined and 200. See that one. So coding wise, we can't identify any differences between the var and let in this program. But coming explanations of future topics, I will find some differences between these two. As situational wise, I'll explain that. Conclusion, lastly, this is the only option to define the any type of variables in JavaScript. Don't try to use your previous knowledges, data types, etc., etc. Into long, double, boolean, byte, short, float, character, string, etc., etc. Not accepted anything by the JavaScript. By chance, if you use it by mistake with any innocence, sir, throwing into Hussein Sagar, your program. Simple. Doubt available, I think you can see. It's the very, very, very popular and universal step in our programming languages. Int n, right? Very, very popular, that one. So try once, sir. Govinda. Total program, jump. Why, sir? Unexpected identifier, N. And in that place, a variable declaration system not expecting. And maybe you are defining in the end of the program, sir, that only system not accepting, sir. Hey, JavaScript, you can define the variables anywhere. No placement restrictions. Top of the program to end of the program, you can define the variables in any line. This is my last line, sir. Here also start the script tag, define one variable accepting. There is no problem. Okay, if you have that type of doubts, shift to this one top. And I'm giving some value also 1. Same error, line number changed. Error at the line number 11. Previously error at the 18th line. Error common, position changed. When I used other data types as string or something else, sir. Try that also. So your past knowledges don't follow in JavaScript. The final suggestion, a warning, sweet warning. Next, but situational wise, I said one point, sir. See that first 2 variables I defined in the top of the script. Next variables I defined in the middle of the script. As per that, you can identify one point. Variable declaration we can do anywhere. The beginning of the program to end of the program, anywhere we can define it. No positional restrictions. 100% allowed. Not allowed, I see that, sir, these two wrong are actually. X variable, Y variable, I defined in the middle of the program. But system not showing any error and you got successfully output also, see that one. No errors. So accepting a anywhere declaration, not accepting a sir. Yes, accepting. Next. But this A, B, X, Y, total 4 variables we declared. But all these 4 variables, where it is occupies the memory, sir? Location. Huh? Scale. Yesterday with the diagram I explained. All these 4 variables are occupied or created in the memory block is called as the stack area. But heap area, sir. Heap area not now, sir. Next session we are using heap area also. Next, one more point I'm going to showing here. But if I define a variable by using either var or by using either letter, whatever it may be, can I modify the value, sir? 100%, sir. Variable continuously changes or happens. That is the meaning. Variable meaning that only continuously it is changing. It's continuously changing is called as the variations. A supported the data modification and B also supported the data modifications. A variable we can modify, B variable is also we can modify. No objections in that one. Really data modified as sir. Yes, 101 is replaces with 111. So this is the variable and this is the name of the variable. Initial value of the variable is 1010, this one. After 4 lines of the code, we assign the new value to this A variable. But what happens, these steps are, 101 replaces with 111. This is called as data modification or data updation. And every variable is using supporting this one, sir. Every variable supporting, but constants not supported. So next I want to explain about the constant. But constant to var difference I'm trying to show. Constant to let difference I'm trying to show here. So like that B variable is available, sir, same memory block like this. Initial value 202. The 202 is replaces with 222. So the name of this variable is B. Both accepting, no problem. But I don't want to accept these, sir. System accepting, but I don't want to accept these things, sir. But then don't use the var and let. You're not interested to allow these modifications. Don't prefer the var and let. Then what we have to use, sir? Const, start the constant. Const a equals to 10. Oh, sorry, a already is there. X equals to 10. But what is that x, sir? It's a constant. It is a constant. What is meaning of constant, sir? Non-changeable, non-updatable, and indirectly it is a read-only field. Indirectly it is a read-only field. Watching is possible. Using that value in printing is possible. Using that value in calculations also possible. But changing of that value is not allowed. That is the meaning of constant. The real constants, if anything, is there, sir. You want to see the real constant? I'll write here, see that. Pi. Pi is the real life constant. What is the value of pi? But tomorrow, Sunday, weekend, what is the value? Same. And weekend, the changes required. No, na. But today, ante my dressing style like this, your dressing style like this. Tomorrow, Sunday, we are in home and room only. Variety dressing styles together. Huh? The Sunday effect, that one. Tomorrow, room also cap, huh? Room also. Mask. In room also. But when you are removing the cap, never. Sometimes. Which time? Sleep. Okay, when you are going to bed, you are removing the cap. Why that time also you can continue? Try. Today you can try. And we are always watching that candidate with the cap and mask only. That's why I asked just. Yes, he's always with the cap only and only at the bedtime. Except the bedtime, always cap. At bedtime, some changes available. So pi is the constant, sir. The value of pi is 3.14. That is. And instead of x, y, dummy variables, real time variable I'm taking here. Next, one more constant I'm defining here. exp, exponential or exponent. Any idea? Value? Value. Exponent value. No idea, na? So 2.718, it's exponent value and pi value 3.1. It is very famous. Then only you said answer very fastly. This one I think thinking. These are the two constants, sir. But my previous 4 variables, these variables, naming any difference available? Yes, here I used the capital letters. Previous variables all are the small letters. Any intentional, sir? Constants should be represented always with uppercase. Why, sir? If I write this also small letters, can you recognize it's a changeable or non-changeable in the middle of the program? Possible? No, because normal variable small letters, constants small letter. Easy identification is not possible. So if you write the constants different case, sir, striking easily. Oh, it's a capital letter. I think not modified. Identification purpose. So 2 constants initialized successfully. Confirmation, I'm printing the both constants, sir. Show my pi value and show my exp value. First we'll run up to this one. Values are printing, no problem. Now try to modify the value. Try to modify the value. pi equals to 1.6. Actually 3.14 is available, but I'm trying to modify that one. What browser reaction we'll see. I refreshed the page, sir. We have output also. Along with output, error also available. Go and check in console. Assignment to a constant variable, it becomes as a type error. The same thing for A and B is showing error, sir? No, sir. So normal variable, constant variables. Changeable variables, non-changeable variables. Programs using both, sir, but changeable variables majority. Non-changeable variables less scenario. But both required compulsory. But suppose if pi variable not available, sir, or we banned the pi variable, we removed the pi from the programming, half of the mathematics problems you can't solve. Right? Huh? Half of the mathematics problems you are unable to solve. That is their importance they have. So this step not allowing, sir. Put in the comments, just write opposite error because it's a constant. Next. Another difference I'm showing between the previous variables and this one. Constant, semi-x, semicolon. It is also error. It is also error only, sir. But last example, we used already this one, sir. Var let to supports the declarations, but constant is not supports the declaration. Even syntax also I explained, see that, sir. In var we have declaration, let also we have declaration, but constant we don't have any declarations. So we'll get an error here, sir. 100%, sir. Missing initializer in constant declaration. Very clearly, you declared one constant, but you are not assigned the value. You are not initialized the value. So put this one in comments and place in the error. Now see the conclusion, what I tried in this program. If anybody, they asked the what is the difference between the var and constant, what we can say? Var allows the modification, constant not allows the modification. Var allows the declaration, initialization, but constant allows only initialization. Write the same points between these two also. Let versus constant, same points. Var versus let pending is there. These two we discussed now. These two we discussed now. Then what about these two, sir? We need some time for the discussions. So 3 models completed, sir. Whole JavaScript or the throughout the JavaScript, these are the only 3 options to define any type of variables. Any type of variables. These are the only 3 options. Huh? Very. Same. Anything same. Just now I said that is any type of variable you have to follow the same procedure. Normal variables are, string variables are, array variables are, objects are. These are the 3 options you have. No other options. Next, foreground explanation completed, sir. Now I'm going to focusing background details. If variables backside what happening, what are the data types of JavaScript internally uses, that background information I'm going to covering now. At the same time, some JavaScript features also I'm trying to cover, especially variables related. 3 days back, 4 days back, we discussed some JavaScript features. Remember? One is the speed, dynamic by loosely typed, lightweight or something. In the 2 points I'm going to covering now, because the 2 points related to variables concept. What is the first point, sir? Dynamic. Second point is loosely typed. First point is the dynamic, second point is the loosely typed. So one by one point I'll show it. First I'm trying to show loosely typed. What is meaning of loosely typed, sir? Theoretical I already covered, sir. Practical I'm going to showing now. Maybe if you're not remember it, I'll show that screen once, check it. This is what we are discussed. That point now I'm going to repeating in programmatically. So what is meaning of loosely typed? How to perform that operations? Loosely typed in the sense restrictions not available. Loosely typed. DMAT example also explained that day, remember? So loosely typed in the sense restrictions not available. What are the restrictions, sir? Once if you define a variable like this, in that variable, you can store any type of data available in the world. We can store any type of data available in the world. Int, long, double, boolean, byte, character, string, data, time, or arrays, objects, or HTML tags. You can store HTML tags also in that variable. So one in many formats. That is the thing. This type of feature is called as the loosely typed. The variable restrictions not available. Is it special, sir? Go to once your programming languages, sir. If you want to identify this specialization, you have to first identify the drawback in programming languages. I define an integer variable, sir. This is. But can I store any type of data in the world in A? No, sir. Hardly 2-3 values are allowing. Integers byte to short values are allowing. An integer variable we can store integer, byte value we can store, short value also we can store. Long we can't store, double we can't store, float we can't store, string we can't store, date to time not allowed, arrays not allowed, objects not allowed. A lot of restrictions available here. Allowing 3, non-allowing so many. But in this variable, allowing everything also. Simple thing. This is restricted variable and this is non-restricted variable. So first I'm writing here definition, sir. Then I'll show the example. So JavaScript does not provide any data type, sir. I already saying last 2 sessions onwards. So for declaring the variable. So if you define any variable in the JavaScript, that we can store any type of data. We don't have any data types. Last 1 hour onwards, I'm saying that point repeatedly. Once if we declare the variable by using var or by using let or by using the constant, that variable can store any type of value. So this type of feature is called as the loosely typed programming. This type of feature is called as loosely typed programming. Generally, programming languages not loosely typed. Most of the scripts are loosely typed only. Not only JavaScript, how many scripts available in our web technologies, that all scripts are loosely typed, including the Python. Programming languages are generally not providing this feature. The definition, sir. I'll show the example on that one now. This is variable A. First I am storing some numbers, sir. It's a number. Which type of numbers, sir? Actually these type of numbers are called as integer type numbers. Okay, type you don't know, leave it just a number, no problem. I'm writing a small printing statement here. See that document dot write followed by show my A value. So line break, your value printing, sir, nothing else. The previous program. This is the value of A, no problem. Next, after this line, the same variable I'm using for storing another value. Otherwise, do one thing. We tested the 100, remove 100 and write the 5.6. Run the program, sir. 100. Now back. Remove the 10.6, write the true, sir. Value changing, but variable changing. One declaration style changing. No, same variable, same declaration, but values are changing. Boolean also accepted. Remove the Boolean. Take the some Rama and refresh it. Output is Rama. String value accepted. Next, remove this one, sir. Your point of view character, I'm saying. Your point of view, it's a character, right? That also accepted. Next, remove the character, sir. Date. I want to type the date, sir. No problem. Double quotations. 2022-01-01. Remember a date format? YYY-MM-DD. Reversely, we have to type it. So that is the date format. Already 5 values I tested, sir. Balance values also required a testing. 5 values allowed and automatically balance also allows. But how many variables we used? Only one variable, but stored how many types of values? Variety types of values. This feature is called as loosely typed. That's the matter. Sir, you are using one after one, sir, but all not used in the same program. Can you show the all in the same program, sir? Why not, sir? Next line, see that A equals to 10.56. And it's single value only you watched the previous execution. Now all values are comes onto the screen. See that. Repeat the printing step. Next step, sir. A equals to apples. Next printing this step. Now 3 values will get added on the screen. It is some part of the program I used A as a integer variable. Some part of the program I used A as a double value. Some part of the program A I used as a string variable. Doubt available, I'll write in the comments also, sir. So using like as integer, right? So a variable using like as integer. Here a variable using like as Boolean, and here a variable using like as a string. Comments for your convenience. So this is one of the special feature of the JavaScript related to variables. And the data types not available. What is the advantage in this program demonstrating, sir? Data types available are these benefits you can't get it. Whenever the data type forcing the language, sir, every variable you must use only for one purpose only. Other purposes you can't use. So if the language leaving you as a restricted mode or loose mode, loose mode. Yeah, you can use yourself and just that is meaning of loosely type. Next, second point, dynamic typed. The second point is dynamic typed set. So what is the meaning of dynamic typed, sir? Last 1 hour onwards, we are declaring variables, right? Declaring using. As JavaScript never forcing to you to declare the variable. Yeah, you don't need to declare the variable. Go ahead. Lightweight, reducing number of set. Without declaring any variable, any number of variables we can use. But who will declare it, sir? This high level code converting into machine level code. No? At the time of conversions, translator is writing the declaration statements. Now, what are the steps you skipped? Those steps are going to fulfill by the translator at the time of program translation. So without declaring the variables using is called as the dynamic typing or dynamic programming. The second feature, sir. Definition already available here. We can use variables directly without declaring in JavaScript. So moral of the story, JavaScript never forcing you to declare the variables. If you are interested, declare it. Otherwise, leave it. Just focus on uses. Focus on only uses. Declarations, those you don't need to focus. Simple. Simple things, sir. Some small suitable example. In childhood days, school days, intermediate college days, or BTech days, what is our intention? How to earn the money? Concentration on studies. Studies, right? For studying of, for completing of your studies, you need so many resources. Money or moral support or something. That is your duty, or your parents will take care. So you don't need to think about, parents also saying, you don't need to think about anything. Financial status, you don't think. You just focus on studies. Get the better marks, get the better score. Every parent saying that only. Middle class, below middle class. Upper class, they are not saying because they have already. Middle, above middle, below middle, these all the father especially. Only one thing. You don't think about the family conditions and economic statuses. You just focus on the studies and get studied well and get the better marks, get better ranks and get opportunities. But if you want to study this one, we need a lot of supporting. Who is providing that? Our father will take care about this. Maybe sometimes mother also. A parent's level who is available, those will take care of it. So our concentration is only ABC, 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 ABC. This is only. So JavaScript also saying like as a parent, yeah, you don't need to worry about the declarations or something data types. Mehuna. Now see, I'm showing that point also. I'm going to using some X equals to 123. But what is this step? Data assigning or declaration? I'm storing the value 123 in X. Where is X declaration step, sir? Not declared. I'm not defined anywhere. Can I print this value, sir? Sure. So print the X, sir. We'll get X value. Like that. One more. Y equals to take something string. Apples 1, 2 string. That also not declared Y variable, but I'm using directly in my program. And close it. So directly using the variables as per your requirements. It's called as dynamical. I'm not defined anywhere X variable, sir. I'm not defined anywhere Y variable, but I'm using in my program. Value of X is 123 and value of Y is apples 120. Errors are no errors. Program successfully completed. In console, it's very clear. There is no errors. So generally, as per our previous programming knowledges, without declaring the variables, can you use generally? As per our previous programming languages, without declaring the variables, can we use 100%? No chance. Even Oracle database also not allowing. If you want to use any table, if you want to use any column, first define it, create it. Create the table, then use it. Or create the column, then use it. Or define the variable, then use it. Restricted, sir. These no restrictions. But now you no need to worry about the data types or not. You don't need to think about the declarations, sir. Yes, it is some burden reducing on you. Advantages, some burden reducing on you. So see that one small situation. Your faculty given one assignment, sir, in programming languages, suppose to solve something problem. A problem, what is you identified? What is the problem you identified? For that problem, what are the formulas required? What are the calculations required? That also you identified, right? Next actual problem is starts. So what is that, sir? But if I want to solve this problem, you need some variables. A variables only you are spending the lot of time. Think once. Which variables required? What data types required? Any thinking. Finally deciding. Never faced a situation when you are solving your own programs, assignments or problems. First struggling starts from the variable declarations. No, yes, sir. And if you solved really problems, so you are facing the situation. If you are not solved, never facing that situation. First struggling that only. Yes, sir. So finally thinking. Maybe sometimes we are identifying 5 minutes after, 10 minutes after declaring. Still, if it is unable to identify, sir, we have one universal way. Rajnikant way. What is that, sir? Problem, whatever it may be, question, whatever it may be, int x into y, int x into y, int x into y. Correct? Why that when we are using, sir, in that place we are unable to identify accurate data types. You already spend some time, but not happens. So blindly we are moving on. Integer. But all programs integer not correct together, sir. Like we are compromised. Reasons are not unable to identify. This risk not available here. So dynamical typed and loosely typed. Two features. And these two are the very important questions also, sir, your interview's point of view. Lot of times they asked what is loosely typed and what is dynamically typed. Okay, moving to the next one. Next one, like this, some background things I'm going to explaining, sir. Last 1 hour 10 minutes I'm saying no data types, use the only 3 keywords only. But one secret word, sir, JavaScript also using internally data types. Internally using, but we can't use the externally. We have internally the data types concept in JavaScript. At the time, I already said few minutes back, at the time of translation, JavaScript is translated defining the variables. But translated defining the variables with which data types are based on your given value. Based on your given value. Suppose I wrote it like this, sir. In background, what happens, sir, at the time of translation? This variable is declared with the number data type. This variable. Suppose if you given like this, sir. some RAM. This variable is declared in the background as a string data type. Using data types but internal, not for us. I already used it half an hour back directly like this. It's showing error or not? Yes. Why, sir? Only for internal purpose, not for the external. But internally, I encourage the data types the program students or developers are. But other languages, my language, what is the difference? Spontaneously, I'm deciding the data type without struggling the programmer. You just mention your variable name and specify your data variable value. Based on your step data type, I'm choosing. I'm deciding the data type. Bro, you don't need to struggle here. You don't need to worry about the data types. So background, we have data types, sir. How many data types available? What are the categories? What is the nature, sir? That I'm going to explaining here. So JavaScript data types only for background knowledge only. Programmatically implementing is not possible. Only theory part, that's all. No, sir, after completion of the theory with that points, I want to develop the program, sir. No chance at all. Background guys, sir, no need, sir, leave my time also saving. I'll show those, sir, and for 10-15 minutes time also saving. Lift, steps, lift, steps, data type names very popular, sir. Most of the subjects we have the same data types names only. Primitive data types, non-primitive data types. The names are called as the primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Names are very, very popular in nowadays most of the programming languages. Primitive and non-primitive. So what is primitive? What is non-primitive? A comparisons I'm going to show you, as well as the list of data types also covers. Majorly, we have the 3 to 4 differences between the primitives and non-primitives. Major differences. First comparison I'm focusing, sir. Why you are divided the data types into 2 models, sir? We have n number of types. These n number of types will divide it into the 2 groups. Why, sir? Their functioning different. Their working style is the different. So as per that, I divided these things. As I, in the sense, not me, software divided, I'm just explaining to you. Primitive data types to non-primitive data types. Got a heading primitive data types available and some points also is there here. Then what about the non-primitives, sir? All these points, if you write in the reverse order with the opposite meaning, then it becomes as a non-primitives. How many points available? Every point write with the opposite meaning, then it becomes as a non-primitives. So first of all, primitive data types allows to store data directly. To store data directly. What is the meaning of, sir? This is our memory block and the name of the variable. But in this memory block, we can store your value or your data directly like this. Primitive data types all allows like this only. They holds the data directly for usability purpose. Is it special, sir? Non-primitive data types not allows this point. Non-primitive data types, they never allows to store the data directly. Or what it is storing, sir? Every non-primitive data type stores the addresses only, not data. Your data where it is available, availability location ID only it maintains, not the data. See that color changing, sir, diagram writing. This is our dynamic memory block. We have something data here, something, whatever it may be, numbers or names or strings, anything okay. This is my main memory block. This memory block where it is created, that location is only maintained by the non-primitive data type. Some XO, OBO, YO, something like that. So what we have inside, sir, and a reference, nothing but an address. Whose address, sir? A memory block address, sir. This big memory block is there, na? This big memory block address it maintains. What is this address, sir? For your convenience, sir, in our real life, houses available, the buildings or houses or something. For every house, one unique identification number is there. That generally is called as serial number or door number or something writing, right? Like that, for every memory block also, one door number is available. For every memory block in our RAM, one door number available. The door number maintained by this box. The house, sir, this is house, contains the data that house constructed door number maintained by this one. This is the major difference between the primitives and non-primitives. So indirectly, it maintains the link like this. A link is maintained like this. Arrow feeling not comes, I'll draw it. So primitive data types directly stores the values what you given, but non-primitive data types, the given values maintains in separate location where it is maintaining, that address is only maintained by your reference value. The data maintenance style location different, data address maintenance style is different. The first point and first comparison, sir. Next one, primitive data types, they can allow us to store only one value at a time. Primitive data types allows to store only one value at a time. Last examples also we give work together. A equals to 100. If I giving the second value, what happens, sir? First value is going to replacing with the second value. And finally, how many values you can store, sir? Only one value. When you're giving the second value, first value overwriting. When you're giving the third value, second value overwriting. So overall, we can store only one value only. That is this one. But primitives are storing one value in the sense, non-primitives, how many storing, sir? More than one value. That is nothing but an n number of values. One non-primitive data type, it's ready to store at a time n number of values. Minimum one, no, maximum depends upon your requirement. Possible, sir? Why not? But normal house available, sir, in our villages, in our hometowns, simple house. How many families? One family generally in villages environment. Now one city's apartment available. Apartment and 5 houses, single house. 5-story building available. Every floor 20 flats available. But that is how many houses counted? Single house, single door number available. And the 20 flats, 20 door numbers. I think my apartment not like that. My whole apartment, one compound wall is available. There is something towers and available heading. Internally blocks, flats, 101, 202, 303 number available. But that the main entrance is the serial number 1, door number 1, GHMC stamp. My apartment special, I think. So apartment to 5 floors available. Every floor 4 flats available. And a total 20 flats. 20 flats, 20 houses, 20 flats, 20 buildings, single building, which is correct. Single building, but internally contains the 20 families. So one memory block, it contains the 20 values internally. Or one memory block contains the 25 families sometimes and 25 values. But door number एक ही है. Municipality giving some service number or either some serial number, a blue color plate also sticking, that is also one only. But 101 201s are whites are ante, that is for our internal identification only. If family's internal identification G1 G2 A1 A2 101 102, that is not related to official. If dots all are those only, sir. Value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, value 5, value 6, value 7, value 8, value 8. This is the door number. So minimum one value and maximum n number of values we can use it. There is no problem. That's another major difference between the primitives and the non-primitives. The balance is small, sir. These are the main points. So why we divided the two types are into one, data capacity different. Primitives data capacity 1, non-primitives data capacity n. Primitives directly holding the values, non-primitives directly not holding the values. General process. Next one, the pronunciation, sir. Nothing special. Primitive data types also called as non-referensive data types. Primitive data types also called as non-referensive data types. But non-primitives are called as referensive. Opposite that only. Non-primitives are called as the referensive data types. Next one, one more difference available, memory locations. Primitives memory locations different to non-primitives memory locations are different, sir. Different locations, different way of construction also. But primitives where it is storing the memory blocks are stack area, that we know already. This is the stack area, a stack memory. And a big box available na tower box, this is the heap area. Non-primitives always occupies the memory in the heap area. Primitives are always occupies the memory in the stack area. So locations difference. Next difference is fourth point. Primitive data types are always constructed the memory blocks in the stack area. Non-primitive data types are always constructed in the block of heap area. Stack area, heap area, both are the sub-memory blocks of runtime area. Yesterday diagram, remember? Runtime area is the sub-block of the our RAM area. The next differences are fifth one and the last point. Primitive data types are what you stored in the stack area. Either primitive data types are what you stored in the stack area. Those not shareable. Those are all not shareable. But heap area things are the shareable. Once if you store any data in the heap area, sir, this one sharing with other logics, this data sharing with other programs is possible. But one program created one heap, one non-primitive data type, sir. But this one we can access from other programs. Sharing is possible. So these are the non-shareable components, sir. And these are all the shareable components. But as space not well, wait. This is the another point. One more point. Not shared. One. So total 5 points I explained here, differences between the primitives and non-primitives, comparisons. But why we divide the data types into two categories? Observed differences available. Then only we divided it. Conclusions are fastly I'm pronouncing. Primitive data types stores one value, non-primitive data types stores the n values. Primitive data types is storing directly data, non-primitive data types directly data not stores, addresses or references are stores. Primitive data types occupies the memory in the stack area, non-primitive data types occupies the memory in the heap area. Primitive data types alternative pronunciation is the non-referensive data types, and non-primitive data types alternative pronunciation is the referensive data types. And primitive data types stack area, so it's not shareable in other logics, and a heap area memory blocks are shareable to other logics. So 5, your awareness purpose. purpose. Next one, example category, sir. Which data types comes under the non-primitive category? I given already list here. See that, sir. String, number, boolean, undefined, and small object. All these are comes under the primitive categories. String is the primitive category, sir. Number is the primitive category. Boolean is the primitive category. Number undefined is also primitive category, and object is also primitive category. 5 data types total comes here. What is the string? What is the number, sir? Opposite example I give and see that. When you are using these type of data, background, your variable is converted as a string. When you are using these type of data, background, your variable converted as a number. See that data type opposite examples also given. If I type the data with double quotations, if I type the data with the single quotes, if I type the data with the backtick operator. So if I use any of these quotations, your variable converted into string data type in background. Your variable converted into string data type in background. Next. Or a long number, whatever it may be. All these types are treated as a single data type that's called as a number. Points available are points not available are. Negatives are positives are. Small values are long values are. The data type is एक ही है. The data type is called as the number. Sir, this is a long value, sir. Long integer, sir. This is double, sir. This is something, sir. Of course, that is in our programming languages, but here all are uniform. The single data type, it's called as the number. Integer, longa, double, booleana, byta, shorta. All are single type number. Next, if you are assigning either true or false, sir, then it considered as a background, a boolean type. You can take as a true or you can take as a false. Then data type is declared as a boolean. Instead of true and false, if I take the 0 and 1s, what happens, sir? Number variable, not boolean variable. You can't use the 1s and 0s. When you have the boolean data types, 1s, 0s not accepted. If you don't have any boolean data type, 1s, 0s are accepting. So by mistake, and you know very well that true means 1, no, false means 0. From mathematics onwards, we are learning that one. 1, 1, 1, no, 1, 0, 0, something, something. Tables also available. But I'm feeling internally, true means 1 only. So instead of true, I can give only 1, no. False means 0. Y, F, A, L, S, C, 0 shortcut. If you are giving shortcut, it takes internally as a boolean data type. So true, false, if you are giving, then only booleans are. If you give in any 1s and 0s, it considered as a number data type. So the little bit dangerous process. Undefined. Today's first example we observed of A value is undefined. But your data is undefined. How data type is deciding, sir? No chance together. But data type is also undefined only. You define variable, but not given any value. Not given any value. But what is the data type of this variable, sir? No idea. The system showing as a again undefined. Value is undefined. Data type is also undefined. Next, your variables are initializes with a null keyword, or your variable is initializes with the curly brackets. Variable assigns with curly brackets, or variable is initialized with null keyword. In these two scenarios, your data type is becomes as a object. So these are the 5 primitive data types used by JavaScript in background. But now back to your previous examples, sir. Cross checking, nothing. But I define like this. I define like this. Now it is matching to which one, sir? Number. So at the time of translation, my A variable is declared as a number, and my B variable is also declared as a number by translator. By translator. Every code we are not developing, sir. We are developers. Some level of code we are writing. Some code your softwares are going to building in any software. Suppose Java students, you are writing one class, constructor not developer, sir. But at the time of compilation, what happens? Constructor adding or not? Who added? You are. Software only. That is the meaning. Our C programming students, you define a variable, but not given any value. And print that variable, you will get value or not? Integer A semicolon. That's all. Printf percentage D comma A. You will get output or not? But you are not given value. How the value is comes? Your compilers are assigning that one that you called as a garbage value. In every software, this much of work we are doing, this much of work software doing along with us. So here also the things are the background things. And last point, non-primitive data types. We have only two non-primitive data types, sir. One is the arrays and second one is the classes. Arrays to classes, these both comes under the non-primitive categories. So 5 primitives, 2 non-primitive. Every class comes under non-primitive. Every array also comes under the non-primitives only. But remember, sir, a small suggestion. All letters I typed in small letters. Observed? It's not capital S, small s. It is not capital O, small o. Why, sir? JavaScript case sensitive. One letter case changed, sir. Meaning is going to changing. Be careful. See that one. But I said classes, kada. I'm writing string, sir. Now this is non-primitive data type. String is the non-primitive data type. Sir, what are you talking, sir? 2 minutes back only you said the string is primitive data type, sir. Yes, sir. Small s, sir. This is capital S, sir. Small s is the primitive data type. Capital S is the non-primitive data type. Next, Boolean, sir. Again, this is non-primitive data type. But this small Boolean is the primitive data type. So cases, be careful. I explain like this. Sometimes you are going to writing capital S string because we have habituality first letter capital. Capital S string writing, this is primitive you are calling. Somebody, if anybody watched that code, who said to you 100? You are saying obviously, or Shivkumar said 100. What I explained different, what there you are writing is the different. Wrong conveying. Cases, be careful. Balance things we'll discuss in the next session, sir. As per our earlier discussions, earlier in the sense Sunday, Monday, no Tuesday, I said already that one. We have the special session on Sunday. Remember that? So, but only online, sir. Tomorrow only. Sunday the special class only online. Monday onwards, as usual, offline and online. Timing 9 morning. Maybe otherwise 9:30. 9 or 9:30. 9:30. 9 అయితే okay. 9:30 also okay. అంటే ఇంకా 10-11 అంటే మళ్ళీ this extending session. 9 అంటే we can start at the 12 o'clock like that. 10 అంటే మళ్ళీ 1:30. 11 అయితే 2-3. When it is going on, this is going on like this. 9 okay kada? Which link you have to join in the session? A link I'll post in the Google Classroom link today evening or night. So tomorrow morning before joining the session, please check the link and use it. And online students only for tomorrow, not our regular link. Special link I'll give for Sunday sessions, like as last week. Last week I given the special link for you, na? So this also. Mm. Please check the Google Classroom link before joining the session. Okay, thank you all.